Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Lee?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern Eminem.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Lee.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch.
Everyone, and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Lee. We are the Munch Brunch UK. Lee, tell them what we have on the menu today.
Ooh, Emma, we have shop-bought lasagna. It's not homemade, unfortunately, this time. Lasagna.
I'm just sorry going to interrupt to move the remote out of the way.
Yeah, we're not watching TV right now. Garlic bread. We have some salad. And some homemade... I like the actual camera angle of this. Sorry, guys, got distracted. And some homemade chips, which we don't have every day. Only every other day. Joking. But yeah, we've got lasagna, guys. I've already had the salt and everything like that. And we also have a new ring light. That's why the lighting's slightly different. We need to figure out what the hell we're doing with it. But finally, we're back in business.
Yeah, it looks like Blackpool Illuminations at the moment, guys. I'm not
We're a
kidding
bit all
you.
over the shop. How are we all?
I'm going to turn that now you've seen it. Look at my salad.
Yeah, Emma's a nice lovely salad. I've even got some salad for today.
Garlic bread.
Some lovely
I'm
cucumber.
going to actually do something which I never normally do. See how this goes.
Has everyone ever... Don't give me an idea. Has everyone ever had a lasagna sandwich? I've never had one, but I was tempted today to try it. But unfortunately, we've run out of bread. I've not been to the shops yet, so...
Better on cobs.
I've had bolognese, I think, in a cob. Never bread. Yeah, never bread. A cob is a bun or a bap or a barn or... Well, all the other names you might call them, it's like a bun, basically. Well, we're all good anyways.
What do you call a cob? Which is like a bon, a bap, or everything like Lee said.
Yeah, we asked this time. Every single time we mention a cob or a bun, we're going to pass that same bloody question. It's nice lasagna. This is only that from Asda. Big family size one. It's good quality.
Yeah, so looking. That nearly went flying on Lee's top. That is actually £4 from lasagna, and it does actually feed 4 people.
Yeah, it's massive.
So it's like...
Oh, we have decent sized portions.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You could actually feed 6 people, I reckon, if you cut that in half.
Yeah, our tier has one that's slightly smaller than this, and her mum has a very small portion. So probably 3 people if everyone ate the same size portion.
No, but it's like some kids, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. They do a really good lasagna. We've bought it, I think we've had it on here before. I'm not a massive fan, but I think it's really tasty. From Lidl, Scandinavian for decent lasagna. And it's like £4. It's only big enough for 2 people. But that wide... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. But that long, that wide, it's really tasty though. And I could eat that all day. I could eat it to 1 person, sorry, let alone 2.
I do like lasagna. But I do think the cheaper ones are better than the more expensive ones.
Can be.
I really like this one from Asda.
I'd never buy a smart priced one.
Oh.
If you have to, that's fine, but I wouldn't want to myself.
That's what we should do. Try extremely cheap food
Meals.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give it a
Well,
go.
we should keep all our ideas off video and just like surprise people with them.
Cancel it then.
We don't want to give away our ideas.
No, but that's a good...
So we just come up with an amazing idea, or Aim did, not me, and we had to cut it off. We don't want to share it with everyone before we actually show you when we've recorded it at a later date.
Stay tuned.
It's actually good, this is, guys, last couple of days. Without putting Aim down, but she's really been motivated for the channel last couple of days. Like, come on, let's get videos done, let's get them done. Whereas sometimes, like I said to you the other day on one of the cook-alongs, Aim can't always record. When I say Aim, she'll do a video like she's not always feeling very well. The last couple of days have been proper up for it and pushing. I'm being the one saying, I can't be arsed today. She wants to do one this lunchtime. She wants to do another one yesterday. Let's just, no. And, but I'm happy to.
The reason being as well, sometimes this puts me off, like eating a full meal, you know. But a couple of other little bits and pieces we've got going on now means we haven't got to sit there and eat dinner, because I find eating and talking can be hard to digest your food.
We'll still be doing mukbang.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, that's not an issue, but in fact, you'll probably be getting more content than not.
Yeah, we'll just be filling in the days when there's no mukbang with some other content. So you're getting extra content.
Because obviously, they does like some of the cooking ones. But we can vary out all different types of things.
So today, I can't show it now because we're going live later, which will be after.
Sorry guys, I've got an itch on my nose and I don't look like I'm picking it.
We're going live later, but that will have already happened by the time you see this, unfortunately. It's his birthday on Monday, so we're doing a birthday live weekend. We're going to do a quiz, lots of fun things. So if you haven't joined us for the live, what you've missed out, and you'll have to join us next time.
And that time, I'm going to get his mum involved.
Yeah, my mum's I don't know what day that'll be, but we'll find a day.
Probably Thursday or Friday.
Well, it won't be Friday because you got your dad here, so it'll probably be the Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night.
We'll do it anyway. But I'm today I'll just quickly give you a glance. It's not done because I have my hat on, but I'm just giving me an haircut, so it saved me a tenner down the hairdressers. Now, I was sitting there getting my hair cut on the floor in the bedroom in my boxers, believe it or not. It made me think, ain't it good, the things you can do at home in your underwear? It's like, you don't have to... I couldn't go to my hairdressers. They're both male, by the way, my hairdressers down...
You couldn't go if it was women, they'd kick you out.
Yeah, but you couldn't go there and have your hair done in your boxers.
Well, you could go in shorts, I guess.
Yeah, in shorts, that's not the same, man. I had no top on, no socks on, just my boxer shorts because I was about to go in the shower. You can't go and get your nails done if you're a lady in your underwear. Well, unless it's a weird nail shop. You can't get your feet pedicured. I guess you get a massage in next to nothing. What point is, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
You're not going to go in your blooming tracksuit, are you?
No, well, you do it originally, I guess. And I guess you can get spray tan naked.
Yeah.
But I would not want to run in and out of a spray. We've got a spray tan shop near us. And you see the women coming out, all like, I've had them before as well.
Loads.
With the funny faces. They look like...
Plumpers.
Yeah, it looks terrible. And you see them leg it as fast as they can from the spray tan shop to the car.
Yeah.
One, because they don't want to be seen, looking like a bit of an idiot. And two, they don't want... There's peeing down a lot of the time. And it all streaks down it, I guess, if it rains.
Yeah.
Which would be dead funny to see.
Gotta use our spray tans all the time.
Covered my mum's blue bed covers one day, innit? What the hell's that all about?
However, now, in the summer, I just fake tan. I used to spend a lot of money on fake, you know the brand name? That's what my tanning lady used to use. I found one in Superdrug for £7, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's one of the best I've ever used.
Do you know what it's called? So let the ladies know, or the men. I couldn't tell you what the hell it's called.
It's not Saint Tropez, because obviously that's the one of the name brand. It's like San Moritz or something like that. It's brilliant. If you want to know, let me know on the comments and I'll put it in the next video, but it's really good.
So, she was doing my hair, and I looked down, and because obviously I was having my hair cut, there was hair on the floor. And I did get a scare. I ain't going to lie to you guys. I got a scare, because I looked down, and I had my boxer shorts on, and it looked like... It looked like something out of an 80s porn film. I thought I'd died and gone back to the 80s. When they had like jungles in the pants, men and women, not just women. It was terrible back in the 80s. I could not have been with a woman in the 70s and 80s. No chance.
Yeah, this is inappropriate.
Well, I couldn't have been a man back then. Christ. They had more hair than, what's his name out of Queen? Brian May. The more than he does on his head. Terrible.
People might like to have hair there.
I'm all for it. I mean... You get people of all sorts these days who like all sorts of hair and stuff everywhere. You get women who like to have beards and stuff. That's fine with me.
I think it's definitely each their own situation.
Definitely.
However,
if you're a lady and want a beard, that's cool.
No, some people obviously have that condition where it's just...
And some people do it for religion, don't they? Religious reasons.
Well, not only that, it's like whether you want to make the effort as well to actually do it. Me... I couldn't do it.
But if it's your religion, that's where I'd struggle. We're not going to put religion down here, guys. But I've known religious people before, Sikhs and other religions and stuff. And there's certain things they can do, certain things they can't, and like they have to wear turbans. And there are some things I couldn't actually do if I was that religion. But that's me saying it's somebody who isn't.
You'd probably find
if you're born into it,
yeah,
it's different, I guess.
You'd definitely find it.
But I felt sort of, there have been situations where I've been my mates in school and they were Sikhs and like, yeah.
People are bullies, man.
No, nobody bullied him, not in the slightest.
They did, and said, pulled it off.
I never did that, No.
Somebody
No, he pulled it off. No, we was playing football one day and somebody kicked a ball and it hit my friend Harple's turban and his turban didn't come off completely. So
you're going to have to pause it now.
What?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was just saying anyway, I did have some, I still do have some Sikh friends, and religion, whatever religion, I can be quite strict at times, but I guess unless you're born into it, you don't know how you'd react to that certain situations.
Yeah.
So
but
I can't
talking
knock
about
it.
just, no religion here, talking about just simplify
Bearded
hair,
way, women.
I couldn't have a beard. I think it'd be a real bad problem when I put foundation on.
And I can't have one, because they won't let me have one. She said, oh, you'd look stupidly.
No, I didn't. What it is, your beard colour hair is different to the hair on your head.
Yeah.
Your hair on your face is bright ginger.
I thought you were going to say the hair on my face is gypsy. So what kind of colour's that? Right, I've got a little thing here for Ryan. You shouldn't know we're doing this, so I'm going to... She's been thrown under the bus with you lot here.
I'll throw you under the bloody bus in a minute.
It's a little game I like to call Guess the Story. Dun, dun, dun. Guess the story, Ryan. So I'm going to read out 3 headlines to you. That was actually my idea. My idea was just to tell you these funny stories I've heard. But I'm going to read out the 3 headlines to you. And I want you to come up with a story of where you think these headlines are going.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you where they actually go. Okay?
Alright, go on then.
First story. I'm going to keep that one for last. It's quite funny. Okay. Faith healer hammered nail into pregnant woman's head so she'd have a baby boy. It's true. It did happen.
This is true.
It's a true story. Did happen in bloody West Brom or
So it was
anywhere,
like a spiritual person hammered a nail into somebody's head
yeah.
in order for her to have a
A baby boy, yeah.
And you want me to do what? End the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think it might have happened or whatever?
Well, one, why do I think it might have happened? I reckon that the woman was a bit doolally-tap and went to every goddamn end of the earth to have a boy.
The woman who let her do it, yeah?
Well, you don't just let a bloke nail a hammer in their head.
A nammer.
Nammer. Hammer and nail.
Nammer and nails. Or nammer and hails.
Hammer and nails, that's it. She must have been desperate.
Mm. You get them, don't you?
Did she survive?
Okay, the actual story, because I don't think this game's going to work. I'm just going to tell you the stories.
I thought you wanted... Did you want me to make up a story?
No, I don't know what... My initial idea was just to tell you all the stories.
What an absolute flop this was. I mean, Christ me.
Guess that story will not be returning for a second series. Or a second episode.
I mean, guess that story. What I meant to do, make up a story to it.
Yeah. Use that thing in your colour brain.
We've done that before.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll get back into that one day. So... A lady in, I think it was in Pakistan, or Palestine, I'm sure it's Pakistan. She's a faith healer, and a lady went to her, so I guess she said, I cannot have no baby boys. I just keep spitting out baby girls everywhere.
Are they Irish now then?
Yeah, an Irish lady went to Pakistan to see a faith healer. It said, I can't have baby boys, I want a baby boy. Said, okay, lean back, I've got an hammer and nails, I'm going to whack one into your head, and you'll have a baby boy next time. So she whacked it into her head. It narrowly missed her brain, and now the faith healer's on the run. The police are after her. The woman did survive, though I don't know what condition she's in. I just know that she didn't die from it.
This is what I mean. And it doesn't have to be about religion, because if I had to be a religion, I'd probably be Buddhist, because I'm not all about, don't get me wrong, but it's more to do with like meditation and everything. I think that is one of the purest religions out there. I think it's brilliant. You know, I do like spiritual things and stuff. But when you have somebody claiming that they are a faith healer and encouraging somebody to hammer a nail into somebody's head, this is where for me it gets a little bit drastic.
I'd say it's pretty drastic for certain. Oh, sorry, go on.
Can't we just take anything like that back to basics? Because there ain't nowhere in our book or Bible that says hammer a nail into somebody's head.
But it's like back in the day, like Peaky Blinders, I watched that. I've been doing a recap on Peaky Blinders, so I couldn't remember what the hell happened before the new series. So I watched the 5 series again, and they're very much into, not voodoo, but like very, like read your tea leaves, white ponies, all that stuff. It's all very symbolistic, and they believe a lot of gypsy
Well, this thing, I'm not...
things.
My dad's side are some Romani gypsies. And it goes back to the Lee family because my nan's name was Mary Lee. However, they have got that track like reading tea leaves, or it used to be like fortune telling, things like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh guys, there's a channel that I've got to recommend highly, and this I'm going to start telling some stories from this channel, and it's called Soft White Underbelly, and it's basically an American guy. It's very popular, and he interviews people who are sometimes necessarily on fentanyl, brothel owners, inbred families called the Whitakers, actually, if you want to check that out in America. Loads of different situations like that. Tragic stories. Stories which you probably would never hear generally on the news. And there was doing all types of things, all types of stories and stuff like that. And it tells you things like cults. So that's the point I was coming to. So like cults, I've escaped a cult and things like that. And as soon as you get brainwashed by these sort of things, i.e., I'm not knocking it, but Scientology, that's another type of, you've got to have certain rules and a mindset for that type of thing. This is where it can get dangerous, can't it, really? I
wouldn't do Scientology. 1, I was crap at science in school. And 2, I'm not religious enough to... Well, it's not about religion, it's all about...
I know he's eyeing him up, so...
I don't eyeing him up, thank you. I've watched a documentary all about Scientology, and the bloke who started it, basically, he used to write these bloody crazy science fiction books back in the 60s, but none of them made any sense. It wasn't like Bill and Ben went down the hill to fetch a pail of water. It wasn't a sentence like Bill and Ben, tree, hug, just random words. He'd just get high as a kite, apparently, and start writing random words down. But these were bestsellers. Well, we must have been really desperate back then or something or other. And he started Scientology. So any religion based on some idiot like that, leave me out of it. If Tom Cruise can be a leader and John Travolta...
I don't think you class it as a religion, do you? Is Scientology a religion, or is it...
it's like a crew.
A way of life.
It's just like a crew of idiots. Just... Like
Richard and Judy. Amish isn't a religion, it's like a...
That's a way of living.
People, yeah.
Okay. Next story I got for you. Next headline. So, alien life form found by jogger as he's jogging down the beach. Let me reread this. Jogger stumbles across creature that could well be alien after storm. So whilst we was all watching bloody trampolines flying down the motorway during Storm Eunice, this bloke in Australia has found an alien.
Oh, God.
Because that's what all storms bring in these days, isn't it? Oh, we ain't got enough aliens in the world. Let's have another storm. We could do another alien life form. What a load of waffle. The Mirror? Yeah, the Daily Mirror prints some shite these days. They're getting desperate.
So, they basically said it was...
It could well be an alien life form because they can't distinguish what it is. And then, because there was a storm recently at that point, they said, it must have been the storm that brought it to us.
Well, for one, there's not bloody wind in space, so where did it go, the storm, then? Crying out loud.
I don't know. Is there no wind in space?
No.
I didn't know that, Well, I guess it makes sense. You wouldn't be an astronaut, would you, fixing your little spaceship?
Is there trees in space now?
Probably is these days on one of them planets that Elon Musk has created.
The point is was it even living? Was it even ever alive? Was it a sea creature?
I don't know.
Did it say that it had investigations done on it?
I don't think this creature could talk, He didn't say anything.
No. Did it get investigated by somebody?
Oh, somebody's investigating. I think it's just like John from down the local college. He took it into his biology class and said, look, teacher, I've got this. All right, John, start cutting up and see what it is. Like in the faculty, that happened in that.
No, but I mean, I was actually being serious. Like, for it to be in the Mirror, surely there's some sort of...
The Mirror publish a lot of shite, They don't care what's true and what's not true. One day they'll tell you the Queen eats Mars bars for her lunch. The next day they're telling you about a sun being a bit dodgy. Oh, that was bad word. We've never talked about. Did you hear about it? How they paid the woman off to keep quiet.
No.
It's not good, is it? But you know how he was accused of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Andrew, Prince Andrew. He was accused, obviously, of whatever by that glass, and he's come out in the last few weeks that they paid her like X amount of money to go away and keep quiet. And then was
Imagine
like,
that. The royal family's paying you off.
Yeah, I know. I would have gone quietly to him to get more money. All right, Liz, you're Andrew.
She wouldn't have been
dodgy.
the one.
Can I get some money, please?
It would have been like her advisors and...
Yeah, well, to keep
because this is an actual, really distressing situation
it's
for
terrible.
that woman.
But to get him out of the courts and whatnot, they've paid him off in silence. Well, not really in silence, everyone knows about it.
What's your other story then?
Last story of the day on Guess the Story, Season 1.
You can't really guess the story.
I'm going to read this headline. So this was the best one I had. And you can tell me how you think it can get any worse.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm 53 years older than my toy boy. And...
she's got to be in her 70s then.
Okay, I'll tell you her age first. So she's 77.
Oh, yeah, 21.
He is 24. His name is Gary. He's 24. Her name is Almeida. Almeida. She's
right,
77.
Well, this happens. I've seen this before, this sort of thing.
It gets a bit worse. So Gary and...
He's having it away with the daughter as well.
No. One of her siblings comes into it. Gary and Almeida met at the funeral for Almeida's son. So I don't know how that worked. They never met before, and they got together straight away. So whether it was his friend, her son, and that was his mate, or whatever, I don't know. Maybe he was the priest, I'm not sure.
Maybe he was visiting somebody else at the church.
Yeah, maybe he was digging the hole for the coffin. I'm not sure. I have no idea.
What country is this?
America. This is in Tennessee, I think it was.
Okay.
So they met at a funeral. 2 weeks later, they got married. And now...
You're not claiming to having a kid?
No. I mean, it's a perfectly good way of making money these days. We was only around doing it yesterday.
You're not on OnlyFans.
They're on OnlyFans and make...
By the way, that was a joke.
Make shitloads of money.
If you hadn't saw the video...
No, well, our video's been out by now where we said we should do an OnlyFans for our feet.
Now you said that.
But yeah, they met at a funeral for her son. They got married 2 weeks later. And now they're on OnlyFans. And their family don't like it.
You think?
Imagine your mum.
No, for a start. Imagine your mum. Your mum would bloody well do it.
But your mum is a bit like uptight. Imagine her getting with a 22-year-old lad and going, oh Christ.
No. Let me just say this.
You're not eating garlic bread, eh?
Yes.
That's wasteful.
I am.
Good.
I'll give you my chips.
I want you
You're not eating that lettuce?
No.
Anyway. You know what I find more distressing than the whole... I can cope with the age gap, I can cope with the OnlyFans. What I tell you I find sick and batty about this fucking woman, and I'm sorry to swear, but it's the way I feel about it. The fact is that's her son's funeral. She's obviously clearly got something wrong because her mind should be on something else rather than bloody cracking on.
Well said, Imo.
Yeah.
Well said. Fully agree.
I find some people just... I would be the female Piers Morgan I would on certain subjects.
Oh, you're right, though. You're not in the wrong for having that opinion. What would... No, sorry, not what would. There are people, though, if you ever watch Wedding Crashers that do it, where they go to funerals and pick up people Like women go to funerals, pick up men. Men go to funerals, pick up women.
That's normally weddings. However,
It does happen at funerals though.
it happens more in graveyards, churchyards, where you go and put flowers down, obviously, and you sit down on the bench. It does happen. Parks as well. Not dodgy sort of meetings. I know what you was going to say.
You just led me into in parks as well. And in car parks. In back of cars.
No, it's
They
true.
call that dogging.
No, as in like a normal, just a walk through park. People do like walking the dogs, and then they get to see, you know, familiar people and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not people who specifically go to a funeral to pick people up to, you know, have a sympathy sex or whatever.
That was real.
That was really tasty. I enjoyed that a lot.
I know you're looking like she's leaving a garlic
It
bread.
is a bit odd. You're saving it for later on for to have something else. You can dip it in all this if you want.
Look, you kind of like...
It's alright. Crunchy.
Want a bite?
No, I've got to run it around that.
Oh.
Well, you can do. You can use up my sauce. Does anyone else dip and run?
Oh,
Not dip and run, but
It's right in your plate.
this is the best way to eat bread, ain't it? Any kind of bread. To dip it. I haven't been known to eat dry bread before. Hot dog buns. I can happily eat one of them. Or 5 even. Bit of pop.
No. Tell them what you do.
What do I do?
You kind of put a bit of bread in, then a bit of coke in.
Yeah, it's lovely. Wash it down, a bit of coke. I don't mean cocaine either.
No butter. No blooming hot dog. Just bread and coke. That ain't normal.
That was a bit hard. Right, Emma. Say goodbye, because we're off to come up with some more amazing ideas.
Hang on, Lee, let me just...
I've got to get to the shop line before it shuts.
Charming. No, yeah, so every question that we've asked you, which I can't remember all of them,
Well, that's like 2 today.
just leave them in the comments below. And also, hope you are having a good week and jump on our live with Lee's mum.
And what would you do if
Thursday night live.
yeah, if your nanny, granny, or your
Fanny.
mum, Aunt Fanny, or your mum got with somebody 50 odd years younger and went on OnlyFans? What would you do? Would you take him a cake, or would you slap her around the face?
If it wasn't for, like, well, obviously, I would always question, like, why does he want to do that? Is it
Exactly.
money orientated? But there are these couples, I think it's called age gap marriage.
Yeah.
And I used to really love watching this show. There are people on there that are genuinely married and there is an age gap. Your dad and Joe,
Yeah,
you know,
some people get on.
Your
Make
dad's
their
wife,
mind up, eh?
20 odd years apart.
Yeah.
She's our age. She's actually a year younger than us. And his dad's like 50.
Yeah, it works well. I can't
How old
remember.
is he?
I don't know, 50.
55, something like that.
I don't know.
But that's the case. She's actually younger than us, and you would never ever like look at them and think it was out of place. Believe it or
No,
not.
but if there's a 50 odd year gap, that might be a little bit more like what the hell you do. For me,
Well, it's like our tea getting with your mum's bob.
yeah, that'd be weird.
Oh, let's go. Anyway, guys, we'll
On
see you
that
later.
note,
Happy Friday.
off
Good
to be
night.
sick. Take it easy.
Bye.